The popcorn kernel lodged in my throat as Mr. Hargrove's hand brushed mine in the flickering glow of the screen, a touch that sent electricity surging through my veins, awakening secrets I'd buried deep. I was 19, home from college for the summer in suburban Chicago, and what started as an innocent movie night with my best friend Alex and his dad turned into the unraveling of my world. That single graze in the darkness wasn't accidental. It was the spark that ignited a fire I never knew could burn so fiercely, haunting me with its forbidden heat even now. I met Alex in high school. Two awkward kids bonding over video games and late-night talks about dreams bigger than our quiet neighborhood. He was straight as an arrow, oblivious to the turmoil inside me, while I wrestled with feelings I couldn't name. His dad, Mr. Hargrove, called me David. He'd insist with that warm smile, was a widower, a sturdy architect in his mid-40s who filled the house with the scent of fresh coffee and quiet strength. Tall, with broad shoulders and eyes that crinkled when he laughed. He was the kind of man who made you feel seen, even when you wanted to hide. That evening, Alex had invited me over for a classic horror flick marathon. "Dad's joining us," he'd said casually, popping open a soda. I nodded, my heart skipping a beat for reasons I pushed aside. The living room was cozy, with plush couches and shelves lined with old DVDs. As the movie started, Alex sprawled on the floor with pillows, leaving me and David on the sofa. The lights dimmed, and the opening credits rolled, casting shadows that danced like ghosts. Halfway through, during a tense scene where the protagonist fled through dark woods, David's arm shifted. His fingers grazed my thigh, lingering just a second too long. I froze, breath catching. Was it an accident? The room was silent except for the on-screen screams. I glanced at him, but his eyes were fixed ahead, profile illuminated by the blue light. My pulse raced, a mix of fear and something exhilarating. Alex snorted at a jump scare, breaking the moment, but the air had thickened. As the credits rolled on the first film, Alex yawned. "I'm beat. Guys, early shift tomorrow. You two finish without me." He clapped me on the back and headed upstairs, leaving us alone. David turned to me, his voice low. "You okay with one more, Ethan?" I nodded, words failing me. He selected another movie, something thrillerish, and we settled back. This time, his proximity felt intentional, our shoulders almost touching. In the dark, his hand found mine again, this time deliberate. He intertwined our fingers, and I didn't pull away. A rush of warmth flooded my confusion, desire, shame, all tangled. "Ethan," he whispered, "I've seen the way you look at me." My world tilted. How had he known? I'd hidden my sexuality from everyone, even Alex. But David, with his quiet observance, had pierced through. We didn't watch much after that. His lips met mine in a kiss that was tentative at first, then urgent, tasting of popcorn and unspoken longing. It was my first real kiss, stolen in the shadows of his home. Guilt gnawed at me. Alex was upstairs, oblivious, but the pull was magnetic, years of repression crumbling under his touch. The next days blurred into secrecy. I'd sneak over when Alex was out, our encounters charged with passion and whispers. David shared his story, married young, widowed 5 years ago, realizing too late his attractions to men. "I loved her," he'd say, voice cracking. But this part of me was always there, suppressed. His vulnerability drew me in, making me feel less alone in my own struggles. Yet, tension built. Alex noticed my distractions, my excuses. "What's up with you? Man, you're acting weird." I lied, hating myself. David and I argued in hushed tones about the risk, the age gap, the betrayal. This could destroy everything. I'd say. He'd pull me close. But it feels right. Doesn't it? One night, as rain pounded the windows, we lay in his bed, bodies entwined. I want more than stolen moments. He confessed. But Alex. The words hung heavy. That was the turning point. The kitchen peaking as I realized love couldn't thrive in lies. The storm outside mirrored the one inside me as I left David's house that night. My clothes damp and heart heavier. Back in my dorm-style room at my parents' place, I stared at the ceiling, replaying every touch, every word. How had a simple movie invitation led to this? I was falling for him. Hard. But the guilt was a constant shadow, haunting my dreams with visions of Alex's betrayed face. The next week, I avoided the Hargrove house. Texts from David piled up. Miss you. Talk. I ignored them, burying myself in summer classes at the local community college. But Chicago's bustling streets couldn't drown the ache. I confided in no one. Coming out felt impossible, especially tied to this mess. Then, Alex called. Dude, party at my place this weekend. You in? I hesitated but agreed, needing to act normal. The backyard barbecue was lively. Neighbors chatting over burgers. Kids splashing in the pool. David was there, manning the grill, his eyes locking on mine with unspoken questions. I nodded subtly. And later, we slipped into the garage for a moment alone. What are you doing? He whispered, pulling me into a hug. I can't stop thinking about you. His kiss reignited the fire. But I pushed back. We have to tell Alex, or end this. His face paled. He'd never understand. I'm his father. For God's sake. The party continued, but my mind raced. That night, as guests left, Alex pulled me aside. You and Dad seem off. Everything cool? My throat tightened. Yeah, just stressed. Lies upon lies. Building like a house of cards. Days turned to weeks. Our affair intensifying in stolen hotel rooms downtown, where the city lights witnessed our passion. David opened up about his past growing up in a conservative family, denying his bisexuality until it nearly broke him. You make me feel alive again, he'd say, tracing my jaw. I shared my fears, rejection, judgment in our tight-knit community. But cracks appeared. Alex grew suspicious, following me one evening to a cafe where David and I met. He didn't confront us then, but the next day, he exploded. I saw you too. What the hell? Ethan. We were in his room. Posters of bands staring down. David rushed in, hearing the shouts. The confrontation was raw. Alex's face twisted and hurt. Dad. With my best friend. How long? David broke down, explaining his truth. Tears streaming. I didn't plan this. But I love him. The word love hung, shocking us all. Alex stormed out, leaving us shattered. That night, I wandered Chicago's lakefront, wind whipping my face, questioning everything. Was this worth the pain? David's call came late. He's gone to his aunt's. Give him time. Time stretched. Agonizing. I threw myself into volunteering at a local LGBT center, finding solace in stories like mine, youth navigating identity, families torn and mended. It sparked hope, reminding me of the human cost of hiding. Slowly, Alex reached out. A text. Meet me at the park. We sat on benches, watching joggers. I feel betrayed, he admitted. But Dad's been miserable without Mom. If you make him happy. His acceptance wasn't immediate, but it cracked open. David and I reunited cautiously, promising transparency. Our relationship deepened, no longer just physical but emotional, built on shared vulnerabilities. Yet, Challenges loomed. Whispers in the neighborhood. Judgmental stares at community events. David faced colleagues' questions about his young friend. I dealt with college peers' curiosity. But we leaned on each other. Attending pride events in the city. Finding a community that embraced us. One evening, back on that same couch, we watched a movie this time. Openly. With Alex joining halfway. "You two are gross," he teased. But his smile was genuine. The darkness no longer haunted. It had led to light. Healing wasn't linear. Months after the blow-up, Alex and I rebuilt our friendship over coffee runs and gym sessions. "I get it now," he said one day, sipping latte. "Dad's happier than I've seen him in years. And you? You're like family anyway." His words mended wounds. But scars remained. Reminders of the chaos we'd unleashed. David and I navigated our age difference publicly. At a family dinner me parents invited. Unaware at first I came out. Mom hugged me tight. Dad nodded supportively, though processing. "As long as you're happy," he said gruffly. Introducing David was tense. But their shared love of architecture bridged gaps. Chicago's seasons changed, mirroring our growth. Fall brought crisp air and walks in Millennium Park. Hands linked without fear. David proposed a weekend getaway to Michigan's lakes, where we talk futures. "I want to build a life with you," he said under stars. My heart swelled, romance blooming from ashes. But drama resurfaced. An ex-colleague of David's, bitter from a failed project, outed him maliciously online. Social media buzzed. Old friends distanced. "Ignore them," I urged. But he withdrew, doubting us. "I'm too old for this scrutiny." Arguments flared, passion turning to pain. I fought for us, organizing a support group meetup. Hearing others' triumphs reignited his fire. "You're right," he admitted. "We deserve this." We countered hate with advocacy, volunteering together, turning personal strife into communal good. Winter hit hard, snow blanketing the city. Alex hosted a holiday party, insisting we come as a couple. Reluctant at first, David agreed. Laughter filled the house. Toasts to new beginnings. In the kitchen, alone, he pulled me close. "Thank you for not giving up." Spring thawed tensions. I graduated community college, transferring to university. David supported my dreams, helping with applications. Our love evolved was frantic, more steady, like the Chicago River flowing sure. One challenge, my lingering haunt from that first night. In therapy, I unpacked it, the thrill mixed with fear. It's okay to embrace it, the counselor said. David joined sessions, fostering deeper connection. Summer returned. A year since the movie. We revisited the living room, popcorn in hand. "No more secrets," he vowed. The film played, but our eyes met often. Smiles shared. Alex, now dating someone, joked about double dates. Family expanded. Inclusive. Our story inspired friends confided their truths, crediting our courage. Yet, not all was perfect. Societal biases lingered, but we faced them united. David's promotion came, mine a scholarship. Milestones celebrated together. In quiet moments, I'd reflect. That dark touch haunted not with regret, but as a catalyst for authenticity. It taught love's resilience, humanity's capacity for forgiveness. As time wove on, our bond strengthened amid life's rhythms. Chicago's skyline became our backdrop for milestones, David's 50th birthday bash, where Alex toasted to Dad and his better half. Laughter echoed, friends mingling, acceptance palpable. But kitsch tin never fully faded. A health scare hit. Davida routine check revealing high cholesterol, stressing his heart. "I'm fine," he insisted. But fear gripped me. Nights in the hospital, holding his hand, I confronted mortality. "Don't leave me," I whispered. He squeezed back. "Not a chance." Recovery brought introspection. We traveled to New York for Pride, marching hand in hand, colors vibrant. "This is freedom," he said, kissing me amid cheers. Inspiration struck. I started a blog, sharing our journey anonymously at first, then openly. Responses poured. "Your story saved me." Back home, Alex announced his engagement. "You two better be in the wedding." Planning ensued, blending families. My parents warmed to David, sharing barbecues and stories. Romance flourished in small ways, surprise picnics in Grant Park, slow dances in the kitchen. "You're my anchor," he'd murmur. Passion reignited, deeper now, laced with trust. Challenges persisted. A conservative relative disowned David. Letters harsh. "Their loss," I said, but it stung. We leaned on community, attending support groups, turning pain to purpose. Fall classes kept me busy, but weekends were ours. David mentored young architects, including LGBT youth, passing wisdom. "Pay it forward," he'd say. Winter holidays united us. Decorating the tree, Alex quipped, "Remember when you two were sneaking around?" We laughed. Past haunts, now fond memories. Spring renewal, I proposed. On a lakeside bench, ring in hand. "Marry me." Tears in his eyes. "Yes." Alex cheered. Best man duties claimed. Wedding planning mixed joy and stress. Venue hunts. Guest lists navigating judgments. But vows exchanged under Chicago's sun. Promises eternal. Honeymoon in California. Beaches and wines. To us. We toasted. Futures bright. Years blurred. But love endured. Adopting a rescue dog. Home renovations, life's tapestry. Reflecting. That movie night transformed us. From darkness to light. Teaching empathy. Resilience. Our story, once haunting, now inspires hope. The wedding was a whirlwind of emotions, held in a quaint Chicago venue overlooking the lake. Friends and family gathered, some hesitant at first, but the love in the air melted reservations. Alex stood proud, delivering a speech that brought tears, from best friend to step-something. "Ethan's always been family. Dad, you found your match." We danced under string lights. Whispers of forever exchanged. Post-honeymoon, we settled into married life. David's architectural firm thrived, incorporating inclusive designs for community centers. I pursued a degree in social work, aiming to help LGBT youth navigate their paths. Our home became a haven, hosting dinners where stories flowed freely. But life tested us again. My career led to a job offer in New York. A dream opportunity. "Go," David urged. But the distance loomed. We compromised on long distance initially. Weekends commuting. Strain built missed calls. Lonely nights. "Is this worth it?" I questioned during a heated call. A visit turned pivotal. In our Chicago living room. Echoes of that first night. We talked raw. "I can't lose you," he said. He relocated, starting a branch office. Sacrifice strengthened us. Alex's wedding followed. Our roles reversed. His bride, supportive, embraced our family dynamic. "You two set the bar high," she joked. Parenthood beckoned. We explored adoption, facing biases but persisting. Welcoming a foster teen. Mia, challenged and rewarded. "You're safe here," we assured her, drawing from our journeys. Community involvement grew. We spoke at events, advocating equality. One talk, a young man approached. "Your story gave me courage to come out." Impact rippled. Anniversaries marked growth. On our 5th, we renewed vows privately, reflecting on haunts turned blessings. Ages advanced, David's hair grayer. My energy boundless. Health managed. Adventures planned, European trips. Volunteer abroad. In quiet evenings. Movie nights persisted. Now with Mia joining. Laughter replaced tension. Darkness a distant memory. Our narrative. Once fraught. Embodied hope, love conquers. Authenticity heals. Haunts evolved into guiding lights. Illuminating paths for others. Mia's arrival transformed our home into a bustling sanctuary. At 15, she carried scars from a turbulent past, but her resilience mirrored ours. Why me? She asked one night over dinner. David smiled. Because we see ourselves in you. Guiding her through school. Therapy. We navigated teen drama, drawing on our experiences. Work balanced family. My social work role involved counseling, where I shared anonymized tales of redemption. David designed pro bono for shelters. Giving back. Tensions arose when Mia's biological family resurfaced. Contesting custody. Court battles drained us. Emotions raw. We fight for what matters. David vowed. Victory came. Adoption finalized amid tears of joy. Alex's family expanded with a baby. Uncle Judy's embraced. Holidays blended. Generations united. Romance endured date nights in jazz clubs. Spontaneous getaways. Still haunts me how we started. I teased. He chuckled. Best haunt ever. Advocacy amplified. We co-authored a book on LGBT families. Turing talks. Feedback. You humanize the struggle. Challenges. David's retirement loomed. Identity shifts. Who am I without work? Supportive. I encouraged hobbies painting. Mentoring. Mia's coming out as by added layers. Like you guys. She said shyly. We celebrated. Pride swelling. Years passed. Silver anniversaries. Grandkids visited. Stories shared selectively. Reflecting lakeside. David held my hand. From that touch to this life worth every haunt. Our legacy, a testament to love's power. Humanity's grace. In America's heartland, we prove change possible. One story at a time. Decades wove a rich tapestry. Our love a constant thread. Mia graduated college, pursuing law to advocate for the marginalized. Thanks to you too, she said at her ceremony, hugging us tight. Retirement brought freedom travels to Asia, Africa, witnessing global struggles, contributing where we could. Back home, our garden bloomed. Metaphor for growth. Health hurdles, my knee surgery. David's minor heart issue. Through it, care deepened. Vows renewed in actions. Family gatherings swelled, Alex's kids calling us grandpas. Mia's partner integrated seamlessly. We mentored youth virtually. Stories inspiring across screens. Your journey shows it gets better. One wrote. Quiet nights. We'd watch films. Reminiscing. That invitation changed everything. David mused. As sunsets painted skies, gratitude filled us. Haunts faded to fond echoes. Lessons in empathy. Courage. Our end approached peacefully. Side by side. Legacy lived on, love's triumph over fear. A beacon for all. In twilight years, we savored simplicity. Walks in parks. Books shared. Memories revisited. No regrets. David whispered one evening. Hand in mine. Mia's family visited often. Grandchildren's laughter echoing. Alex, graying himself, reflected, you too taught me love's many forms. We donated to causes, ensuring impact endured. Final days. Surrounded by love. We parted with peace. See you soon. I said. The haunt. A cherished beginning. Proving love's redemptive power. In America, our story whispered, embrace truth. Find humanity.